Alright guys, I promised Rick vintage oddball cards for a video. I picked up a really cool little oddball piece, but I wanted to show a little part of my collection that doesn't really get a lot of notoriety. I'm not really complete with what I'm doing here, but I'll kind of show you where I am now. Today I'm going to show you some Wheaties cards. They were issued between 1936 up to 1941 for Hank, so right like kind of in the time for his playing career, and then thereafter in the 50s and a lot more of the common issues that you'd see in players of the era. Um, so I'm going to go through a few. I'll go kind of in chronological order. This is a 1936 what's called a third series or series 3. This is a pretty large piece. They also call these fancy frames because the frame that kind of circles the border, I guess they would consider it fancy. um, this has a couple pinholes like in the bottom and the top, so someone definitely hung this up. But for every Wheaties issue, pretty much as much as I've seen, that are notated in standard catalog, they're all orange and blue and white, and so that color palette, although really nice for the Tigers, is kind of consistent throughout all of the issues. And I like the facsimile signature down there. Definitely looked like his signature, you know, during the period, and a nice image of Hank here. SGC and PSA do slab those, although mine's pretty rough, so I probably wouldn't do mine. I'm going to take my camera out for this one because it's pretty big. This is the 1938 Smooth Swing. This came off of like an entire panel of the cereal box, and it kind of is a series of sorts, and different superstars would kind of highlight, what specifically their expertise is. So it kind of teaches people how to hit here, and a lot of advertisement kind of things, and a series of 9 personal pointers to improve your batting, pitching, and by top-notch major leaguers. So definitely enticed kids to collect them all and drive product. So that is a 1938 Hank Smooth Swing. The other few are a little smaller. Next is what are called the Champs of the USA, and Hank is on 3 of these, 2 from 1940 and 1 from 41. I only have 1 from 40. I still need the other, but I'll kind of talk to you about how they're different. So this is graded a 1.5 by SGC. I like these encapsulated. I think they come out really nice. So the difference between this one and the other image or kind of layout in 40, well, one is with a different group of star athletes from the era, and they organize them on like 3 per panel. I used to have a complete panel that I sold to Michael to complete his run. I like the cutouts a little better, a little easier to store. But the quote on the left side is a little bit different, and then the image on the right is actually transposed to the left, so they've flopped those two. So that's how you can tell which one it is. This is either 2 or number 7. I don't know for certain, but that's how you kind of tell between the two. As long as you know what one is, you can kind of process of elimination the other. And the 41, similar layout, different text and different image. I think with the one I just showed on 40, he was actually pictured with Joe DiMaggio. I think this one he's pictured with Joe Cronin or some other baseball star. But there are a couple other like Wheaties issue cards. Is one of him like eating breakfast. If you watch Michael Shane's most recent video, he kind of talks about the one that he's in with Dixie Lawson, which is kind of fun. This is what I picked up. This is a cutout, so I'll have SGC encapsulate the little piece there, and I'll probably just keep the top half for, the collection, but I picked that up, and then these two, Joe Gordon and Stan Hack. And then I also had a Joe Cronin that I sent to Ted in the mail, so he'll get that later on this week. But I like the color on these, and I think it's a cool little image. I think it's going to look really nice slabbed, and I'm excited to see what it looks like when it comes back. So that's my Wheaties collection. I'm still trying to get a few others, a couple that are pretty hard to find. And we'll talk to you guys soon.